Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Dead in Antares. It's technically the third in the line of the Dead in the series. So specifically there was Dead in Bermuda, Dead in Vinland, and then Dead in Antares is the third one. They have nothing to do with each other plot-wise, but they're all kind of sharing a same general structure, which is kind of one part visual novel, one part RPG, one part survival sandbox. And also some level of like tactical action combat or tactical like turn-based combat. It's really neat. I love Dead in Vinland a fair bit from like a mechanical level. I think I had endearingly called it Sad Viking Simulator, and I stand by that. But this one is about people on an alien world, which is so much more interesting to me because, I mean, I think Sad Vikings with a little bit of mythology and some fantasy elements going on, like that's fun. Alien worlds, especially alien worlds that are like this bright and colorful, oh, that catches my attention instantly. Anyway, might as well mention it is out now on Steam, so if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. It's made by Ishtar Games and published by Nacon, who were kind enough to reach out and sponsor this video. Actually, hadn't, for whatever reason, I'd never actually looked up Ishtar Games, but they make a lot of like my favorite games from the last couple of years, because they did Forgotten Minds, Worlds of Aria, Lakeburg Legacies, and The Last Spell, which are all extremely good. So if you like this game and you want something, well, wildly different, go check out their other games too. Anyway, with that, let's dive into a new game. Ooh. And then I have to make some decisions here. So there's an Iron Man mode. Story. Let's see. Can I change these? I have no idea. What is our profile? And just wander. So standard difficulty level, first time playing a Dead in series, good place to start. Yeah, so we are actually going to have to make some hard decisions here, and that's why I'm like, maybe story mode? Because I know, we're doing adventure.
The planet. Earth. Earth is dying. We were sent by the Global Committee on a last chance mission. Find new energy sources in the stars. Aboard the Ixion, Earth's most advanced spacecraft, with a team of so-called experts, chaperoned by yours truly. Captain Amelia Rosenhart, world-class hero. Nice line to add on my resume. Which one of you little rocks hides our salvation? Or will it be Ceres? Gosh, it's a long trip. What the? A singularity? Am I hallucinating things up? We're trapped in the gravitational field of this. Where the hell are we? We're going down. Full speed. Crew stuck in cryo. Just perfect. No one dares to speak in the cockpit. We act. But is it already the end?
Intensity of a single mind.
Hopefully there's a full version of that song. That actually was a jam for the like 15 seconds it went on for. Snippets of broken sounds. Need to wake up. Willpower, 50%. Huh? Alright. Sharp intercostal pain. Heady buzzing. Breathing is fine. I'm not dead. Injury, +5. Captain. With a painful but precise gesture, Amelia draws her gun and points it towards the voice. Where are we? I was piloting the ship, and then there was a flash. Captain, it's me, Dr. Erickson. Could you lower your weapon, please? It will. No sounds, no lights, no movements, nothing. And then? Damn, my gun. What happened? What about the Ixion? Second Lieutenant Lujian, reporting for duty, Captain. We landed on this unknown planet around 72 terrestrial hours ago. Well, crashed would be more appropriate. Thankfully, we haven't suffered any human losses, so your piloting skills deserve some praise. Alas, the Ixion wasn't so lucky. It's in a disastrous state. 72 hours? You suffered a massive blow to the head, so we decided to put you in an artificial coma while we settled in. Ask about the crew. What about the others? If they're fine, where are they? In the respective hibernation pods, Captain. The central system initiated initiated the security procedure and triggered Protocol WP3672B. The primary buffer is defective and no longer reacts to the backup API's commands. Means we'll need to unlock each pod manually, which will take time. No need to panic. We'll get through this. We have Lou. He's been 100 times more efficient than me, Captain. Ask about the crash. So what happened after our landing? Lou and I, Leo? Might be Leo. And I adhered to regulations and protocols. We saved what we could, and the Ixion allowed us to execute the following tasks: putting out fires, sealing the hull, analyzing the atmosphere, and setting up camp outside. So what's the atmosphere like? High levels of toxicity, as one would expect. The good news is we can activate our subcutaneous breathing filters and configure the atmospheric parameters, meaning we can explore the surroundings without immediate risk. Bad news is the settings are managed by the ship's central unit, which is currently damaged. So long as its virtual memory is limited, the system will operate it in backup mode, unless we fragment and buffer the data in packets. Meaning we can only activate 5 respirators simultaneously at the moment, until Liu fixes the system, that is. Ask about the locale. We were supposed to land gently on Ceres, not crash head-on. We're not on Ceres, Captain. Wait, what? Where are we then? Somewhere outside the solar system. I'm afraid I don't have the astrophysical knowledge to pinpoint precisely where. But that's impossible. Highly unlikely, rather. Okay, let's put this aside for a moment and focus on our survival. It's a rather thick jungle out there, so to speak. We started up to set up camp near the Ixion. Roger that. Wait, what do you mean, jungle? Inspecting exterior. Right, I see. Thanks for the comprehensive review. Good job. I think it's time you showed me your makeshift camp. I can't wait to see the decorations. You should take care of yourself, Captain. Don't worry, I've been through far worse. I mean, somebody took a wood chipper to her face. That's gotta hurt. I freaking nicked my knuckle and it stings real bad. And so the idea of, like, having this level of a scar on your face has gotta be nasty. That's beautiful. Let's be cautious. It's still too soon to get a thorough analysis of the dangers. What are your orders, Captain? We'll need provisions and drinking water. Take it from me. After being in so many shitty scenarios, everything else is a mere bonus. Regarding provisions, we found enough to last a few days, and I have some spare medication in my personal storage. Did I turn this game down too much? No, it's at full volume. Guess it's just quiet. I'll eat you last if we get to that point. Will. Anyway, it won't be enough once everyone's awake. Any other leads? We spotted debris from the ship nearby. With a bit of luck, we could salvage something useful. Good idea. Let's explore the surroundings and scrounge what we can. We'll see about the rest when we get there. About to undertake your first expedition to explore the new planet. Okay, there's the music. Characters currently available are listed here. Let's see. Each character has 5 states, corresponding to their needs: fatigue, hunger, sickness, injury, and stress. If any reach 100, the character dies, which triggers a game over. I actually appreciate that. There was kind of a period of time a couple of years ago where every character could just die on you, and the game would just continue on from there. I just couldn't handle those games. I get it, it's realistic, I get it, it's supposed to be emotional. But, like, I just didn't want to play them because half the time your characters would just die for random reasons. You know, you pick a wrong story decision, oops, they fell down a cliff, there's no saving them. And so, on a personal level, like, I started to shy away from those. And so I appreciated that, no, all of your characters are important, they have to survive. The exploration and stealth skills determine the effectiveness of your characters when traveling during an expedition. At this point, only exploration is relevant. Higher value means less fatigue during the trip. Each explorer will consume a small water ration during the expedition. Assign the desired type of water to the character and pick them as an explorer. Click on a water stock below, then assign the rations to your explorers. Alternatively, you can drag and drop. Only carries a ration at a time. Once you've given water to 3 explorers, you can choose. So we have clear water, we have murky water. Extra sickness. Actually, he's the least amount of sick. I guess she is the least amount of sick, at least for now. So let's do that. The moment only a single area has been discovered. New areas will need to be charted before being explored by the crew. Amount of fatigue depends on the distance traveled and is modulated by the exploration skill. Preview of the effects. Okay, cool. So we have the Ixion sensor module. Go here. Confirm. A little bit of fatigue. Oh. Interesting, their exploration stat goes up. That's appreciated. Okay. Salvage. This is gorgeous. One of the ship's modules, loaded with detection and exploration sensors, seems to have survived the crash. With enough elbow grease and engineering knowledge, the majority might prove reusable. Examine the debris. Even with a single action, there's still a choice to be made. Who will execute it? Okay, while interacting with your findings, you'll be offered a choice. Sometimes, like this one, there's only a single action, but frequently there will be more. Okay. Outcome is previewed here, according to the skills of the currently selected character. So, results. 40 computing, 50 strength. 70 computing, 40 strength. 30 computing, 70 strength. So, combined 90, 110, 100. So he's probably our best. Might give him more fatigue, though, but it's probably fine. Oh, I see. So it's also telling me what I'm getting. So 7 mechanical parts and 6 wires and 12 fatigue. 4 and 4, 4 and 3. So he's going to get the most tired, but also the most stuff. Though the damage looks extensive, the most internal components are intact. So we get the damaged radar, and then a bunch of mechanical parts, which kind of look like a mantis head. And some wires. Expert in navigation systems might be able to reconfigure what's left and make the camp's radar operational. However, taking the module back to camp will require some effort. Can you patch this up, Leo? If I divert enough power from the cockpit's main power supply and plug in several extra batteries with direct voltage, meaning yes. Great, let's head back and do that now. Let's not forget to fetch some clean water for tonight. Exploration in the area is now finished. You can now that you've interacted with this content, you can head back to the camp. I really like this vibrant purple and like gold flora. Welcome to your camp, where you can manage everyone's day-to-day tasks. This is the shelter where they can rest if they're too exhausted to work. Okay, we can also navigate with the left and right buttons. Track your objectives here. Cool. Okay. So we have the generator. Energy is required by some camp stations in order to be operated. It's reset every night, so there's no point in keeping leftovers. Water is needed to keep characters hydrated. Good target to have is at least 1 ration per character at the end of the day. 3 types of water: murky, clear. Okay, you can convert murky water into clear water in the pop-up. Okay. 2 stations are already built, so we have water tanks and a generator. Click on a station's nameplate to know which characters are most suited for the task. Assign characters to camp stations. Okay, and then we also have this. If you want to build more stations or upgrade them, you need to select a blueprint in the workshop. You salvage something during your expedition. Use it to build a new thing. Okay. So select a blueprint. Stock of knowledge is displayed here. It's required for most blueprints. Add the blueprint to the crafting queue. Crafting points represent the effort and time it will take to complete the task. You can always remove a blueprint from the queue. If it hasn't been started yet, it's refunded. Otherwise, it's paused and can be resumed at any time. Okay, so that's currently in the queue. To assign a worker to the workshop in order to craft the selected blueprint. So she adds 45, but will get tired. So is it their combined strength and computer stats divided by 2? Maybe. Sadly, he's the one that adds the most, and would complete it in 1 cycle. have 14 exhaustion. Okay. So generate additional energy. I don't think we need to do that. So that'll get us some murky water. So 4 murky water, 3 murky water. Okay, water tanks. Murky water, energy, clean water. So we need more murky... Okay, I see. So we need more 4 murky water to make 3 clear water. But now we have 3 clear water to work with. We are running out of power. But maybe that's fine. Not like I can have her help either. Nope. And a mining station. Well, sure. Yeah, I'll have to have them rest. So it's the afternoon. Yeah, I don't know how many time blocks I get. But at least we get the radar. Works of the radar discover new areas to explore during expeditions. Relies on scavenging and computing and energy. And then she gets us some amount of ore, which you can use for something. I'm not sure. Okay, consult. Oh. So there's also accident and lucky chances. Okay, mining station gives you ore, but we need other material types. So you can see what we have. Some items can be used directly from the inventory. So reduce stress, reduce injury, reduce sickness, but they have random downsides. Oh, they also can level up. That's useful. Because they can gain stats and level. Okay. So, select a blueprint. I don't think we have anything to build. So, carbon station. Collects carbon, relies on strength and dexterity. Polymer botany. Collect plants, which can be transformed into various medical powders to decrease states. So that actually could be helpful. Gathering camp. But I'm going to need carbon and polymers first. Decrease stress, chance to heal an affliction, relies on communication. Laboratory, and then we're going to need workshop level 2 for some of these. Oh, so we can also upgrade some things if we want to. So an extra worker can be assigned to camp stations, but I'm going to need a lot of... Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of things. Yeah, it's not even worth looking at upgrades at the moment. So I'm actually going to... I'm going to just probably go back here. And put him to rest. Because he's a little too stressed. I got plenty of clean water. So let's go here. Fatigue and stress. So, oh, she's worth 50 here. And he's 44. So actually, she's good at scanning. And he is gonna get me more ore. I should probably have him rest soonish, but we'll do it on the next cycle. Do we? If he's at 29 fatigue. No, I think we need to. Okay, power outage on a station. There's an issue. Okay, cancel. I see, so we don't have enough power for the radar. Or I'm going to put her here. Because I think we get more power the next day, so I'm just going to have them rest. Because both of these two were pretty tired. Now she's getting tired. Day 1 evening. Okay, select a blueprint. So what do I need for the carbon station? Oh, I need knowledge. Yeah, do I just have them all rest? Let's just end day. Okay, that's enough for today. I guess our mining mission on Ceres is on pause while we're repairing all of this. That sucks. We'll have to find a solution to the terrestrial energy crisis, and now we've become another issue. Shit, my head. Captain? Will? Let me examine you. You suffered a nasty blow to the head, and I don't want to miss out on anything serious. Please, I insist. Sure. Yeah, you're right. Oh. Missed that one. Better be fighting fit before diving into the unknown. Besides, I've read his file. I know he'll do anything to help out. William meticulously examines the captain and eventually nods before letting out a sigh of relief. Okay, nothing serious, but I can't say for a fact without proper analysis tools, as the gravity and atmosphere are slightly off around here. Sorry to disturb you, Captain. Want to inform you that some camp stations require energy to function. I'll repair a few spare batteries. They should suffice for now. Good work, Leo. You two get some rest. You deserve it. That's an order. Okay, so gain some hunger. Not that. Meals. Hunger increases every night, so feeding characters is part of the routine. Part of the perishable food stocks can go bad during the night. You don't have any at the moment, so don't worry about it. Okay, most food has small side effects, so try planning accordingly. Okay, and when you're done, you can go from there. So, adds a little bit of stress. That's fine. And then hydration. Characters get dehydrated if they don't get enough water. Okay, so we can get more. If you want more clean water, I can convert it already. Okay. So no increase of dehydration level. Well, how can I see how dehydrated they are? Sickness, stress, hunger. Because I don't think any of them are dehydrated at the moment. Oh. Well, there's our answer. Okay, and sleeping reduces 30 fatigue. So I had them resting too much. But now I know. Okay. Sunny, reliable forecast. So it's the morning. We should start by having her do radar work. Is he good at fetching water? 2.5. He's worse at that. I'll put him on that. Because I don't think we have anything to build at the moment. Pretty sure I don't have any knowledge points. Okay, skills, fatigue. Is there a way to check traits? Any disease, wound, and affliction applied to Amelia lasts for another day. Light dehydration. Okay, so I'll have to work on that. So every 25 points in a given state, Amelia produces extra items in the water yield. Decrease any state has 10% any state decrease and more experience. Interesting. You kind of want her to actually be redlining a little. He's working at a camp station with dented or worse condition. It's repaired by 20 instead of being worn down. And he's a lone wolf. When William manages to heal another character's disease, wound, and affliction, they both get less fatigue and stress. For every character other than himself, with 50 or more stress, he starts stressing out. Fair enough. See his battle effects, and then also character relationships. That's fun. Okay, so William is definitely good at mining. And no. He's also a water boy. She's good enough at mining. Because yeah, I don't need to convert any water, but I might as well supply some murky water at the very least. Alright. So we get some knowledge. There we go. So 3 areas to explore. And it does carry over. Did need to know that. Captain, I couldn't help but noticing that our method of manually collecting water is suboptimal, to say the least. Taking the liberty of integrating an energy module into our extractor's pumping systems. You can activate it for better output, but it will require power. Choice is yours. Thanks, Leo. Yes, that can be of use. Our batteries charge up every day, but our storage capacity is limited. We'll need to be careful not to run out. If you find the appropriate resources, I could augment our storage capacities further. If all else fails, we always have the option of generating energy with some rigorous pedaling. What? Me pedaling? Not in your life. And I will use the power boost feature. Okay, so now we can go on another expedition, which we might as well do. Okay, so where do we want to go? Explorers can stumble upon aggressive creatures during their journey. So if we go here, water-filled hole with steep walls, plant-like organisms with large spherical feet, or rock formation with a darker stratum. Go here, might be able to find some food this way. Yeah, it looks like we can only explore one area at a time. Oh, cool. I can speed that up. So we also have an encounter. Expedition indeed encountered a threat. They have to fight. Fortunately, the explorers managed to remain unseen and can prepare an ambush. So, ambush, battle, and advantage. Okay, so 2 Zenelks and a Maskiness. Ambush. Oh, he's got a tentacle backpack. Of course he would. During their turn, characters can spend their AP to use skills. End turn cannot be used repeatedly. Wait, end turn skills cannot be used repeatedly as they finish your turn. Oh, that's fun. Each side is split into front row and back row. Okay, if everyone's on the back row, it becomes the front row. Characters, allies, and enemies can be inspected at any time by clicking on them. So, Maskiness and 2 Zenelks. Oh, they've got freaky eyes. I almost wonder if they're actually parasitized. Okay. So, let me just take a look at this. So, I've got 5 AP to use. What is this? Initiative, so that's turn order. So this guy always goes first. So we have gun, 4 to 7 damage. We have point blank shot, front row. Ignores damage resistance, less crit, but otherwise more damage. All allies in the same row get more max damage and higher crit. And can just shoot everybody in the front row. We also have end turn, so we have focus, 1 AP next turn, or block. So these guys are all stunned, except for this guy who will be acting. We also have move if I want to go anywhere, and then there's power surge. But we need whatever that ability is. Probably this? No, that's block. So... Well, I could do Captain's Speech. I think I'd need another crew member for that to be really worth it. So do I want to do 9 to 15 damage or 7 to 10? Oh, last for the entire battle. Never mind. Good speech. And then we shoot the Maskinus. Okay, so he has target all enemies in a single row, slow them down, hurt their initiative. Maneuver skills cost more. Okay. Target an ally. Hand beam. I mean, might as well go for glue spray. And yeah, I do have something like focus, which maybe I could do. Okay. Oh, these are passives. End of turn, block. Increase by 3 if alone in the front row. Oh. So shield bash. Is that AP for him or AP for the target? Probably the target. Okay. Then we can just hit all of them. If we can, yeah, take out the dag. Perfect. So I could move back one, which is really tempting. Because, yeah, we have focus. We do also have a defend. The problem is I can't tell what these guys are doing. Yeah, do I want to have her swap row? I think so. She's not going to be able to do the point-blank shot, but that's okay. Power Surge is a shared gauge filled by every action of your characters or when they take damage. Okay, blast them all. All enemies in both rows. My one question with Power Surge is it shared? Yeah, how do I know? Well, I don't know. We'll just do it. And then we'll just focus. Okay. I'm going to assume they're going to target him. I have no, like, clear way of knowing that. Okay, I'm actually going to go into the settings. There's one of these. Constrained mouse, sure. Let's see, gameplay. Skip self-targeting in battle. Save and quit. Or, oh. I thought... Well, let's see where that drops me. Sorry. I'm not used to the... Okay, perfect. Let's see if that gameplay setting remained. Perfect. Okay, target any enemy in the front row. I mean, might as well do a defensive strike. Oh, that's interesting. The enemies reshuffled on the front. Okay, that would end turn. He's got 15 block, which is pretty good. So I think I can just have him fight. And then he gets shield generation for 5 more. Okay, how much damage do they do? 7. Oh, okay, so Power Surge is up here. Yeah, I think my decision to put this guy in front to maximize his move was good. Yeah, do I want to do Halo Bullets? Eh. Okay. That wasn't great. Oh, I could have actually gotten another shot off there. Oh well, it's fine. So what does this one do? All allies in both rows last for the entire battle. Extra max damage. Crit. I mean, yeah, that one's awesome. Oh, it's the drone. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start blasting this guy, I suppose. Yeah, do defensive strike. Hopefully this will finish them off. And then we get plenty of block, nothing to worry about. Yeah, so now she can shoot 3 times. And should do pretty big damage with all the damage boosts I've been applying. I'm so glad the buffs last for the entire battle. Yeah, got out of that without a scratch. Well, this combat system seems like it's going to be fun to play around with. So we get ore, raw meat, xenobulbs. Although these plants have a thick and swollen leathery skin, they may contain substances that could be useful. The open ones reveal something viscous, but potentially usable. The largest ones grow broad, triangular leaves that unfurl outward like a series of successive molts. Okay, so who has the biggest biology? 73, 95. Study the inside, or study each species? Let's study the inside. So we can see success or failure. But considering this is very much this guy's forte, we'll go for that. Hard to know the exact role of the substances held in the plant's central tank. Still, they are significant sources of organic polymers, even if their prolonged manipulation tends to cause nausea. Goop. And some purified water. And some sickness, but it's fine. He's doing okay. So I wasn't able to explore more. But that's okay. So the question is... power boost allows you to ramp up. So I could increase the yield by 50%, but we don't really want to do that. Oh, can I not go on another expedition? Maybe. Okay, so we can make a carbon station. Which, yeah, we're going to need. So that's going to require 60, so we're going to move him to it. Looks like we could have 2 characters working, but no reason to do so. Okay, anything else? I think I'm going to put William here, because we've got water for days. Well, not days, but we've got enough water for a little while. We'll have her start scanning. Then we'll probably have to rest. At least we get the carbon station. Alright. And that gets me a bunch of ore. And more fatigue. Stations wear down over time, become harder to operate. Repairs are in order. Oh, so we can actually see who's best at these things. So this is dented. Station in bad condition increases the penalties applied to its workers. Lower chance of a lucky event. So we can spend polymers to repair it, or I could put him here. The only immediate problem is he kind of needs a break. I think they all do. It's evening. I think for now, best thing for me to do is probably just to have them rest. If we get another cycle after this one, I think we should stop for today. How about celebrating with a glass of filtered water and some freeze-dried proteins? Advise against it, Captain. Rationing our supplies is essential to surviving such hostile environments. Any intense activity without sufficient calories may seriously damage your body. And that's not the starving man talking, but the doctor. Do as you wish. I know I can skip dinner for tonight. Change the subject. Call to order. Find a compromise. No need to fight over this. You're both correct. No feast, no famine. We stick to the essentials without neglecting calories. Don't make me check whether you finished your plate. And let's not argue like this. We need to stick together. How are the repairs to the hibernation pods going? I can stabilize part of the life support protocol. Should be able to unlock one in the coming days. Great. We'll need everyone if we want to make it back to Ceres. Ceres? You really think we can get out of here? The ship is a ruin, bits and pieces scattered across several miles. We also need fuel and some... I know, but we have a mission, and we must succeed. If we fail, then the Earth, our families, loved ones, everything we knew is doomed. We may not have landed where we were supposed to, but the goal remains the same. We will find a way to repair the ship, secure an energy source, and take it back to Earth, whatever it takes. We have the best experts in the freezer, and I'm confident that together, we have a good chance of making it through this. William and Liu exchanged glances. Seems Amelia's confident speech worked. Smiles spread across their faces. Motivated. For 3 days. I'm really liking this one. However slim and futile that chance may be. Like, Dead in Finland was a lot of fun. Oh. I guess we didn't get the rest cycle. They called the day early regardless. Okay, meals. So he needs 2. I just realized we have... Oh, raw meat. I don't know how to feel about that one, to be honest. I think I'd rather figure out how to... deal with that. Okay, so they have light dehydration. Oh, 70% chance. Give that a shot. So what does this do? Does reduce stress. So who's... Oh, no. She is the most stressed. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Because we want to keep her stress kind of down, otherwise that's going to be an issue. And no dehydration for him. We drop our fatigue. Yeah. So because we skipped that one rest cycle, they're all at like 10 or 12. But that's fine. Okay. So we get extra murky water per day phase. Fishing camp gives more, but everybody gets more stress. Oh, but if it's rainy. It is rainy. So that might be an option. Let's see. Anything damaged? No. So this might be a point where we do a power yield, or a power boost. So do I want to go for a water-filled hole? Let's go for the rock formation. Because, yeah, the water pools would be nice, but we have good weather, so maybe we'll be fine. Coal vein. You're facing an outcrop marked with a large, crumbly, and slightly shiny black stripe. It's likely to be some bituminous bituminous coal with a bit of elbow grease. You could extract a good amount of carbon out of it. Also notice an inviting carpet of moss peppered with colorful tufts of grass. So we could rest on the grass. We can come back later. Okay. So this would drop fatigue by 25, but we don't need it. Relaxing nap is tempting, though. What does it do? 4 days. No. 22 carbon. Okay. Yeah. 31 carbon, 11 ore. That's too good. Okay, you quickly note several promising extraction zones, including a small and accessible ore vein. Though the work is tiring, the result is worthwhile. You succeed in extracting not only carbon, but also various metals. Yeah, what I was gonna say is, like, I like Dead in Vinland, but it was too sad. All the characters were cranky at each other and, like, deeply upset with what's going on. Let's see. So if I do water tanks, unfortunately, he's still very much the best man for this job. Clean 1 cycle of water, because I think we can only hold so much murky water. So this will get me 6. Which is fine. Can I build anything? Yes. So gathering camp collects fresh fruits. Botany station or a polymer station. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to need the polymer station. And I'm going to have him go out here, because he can actually repair things. Supposedly. He's not going to get a whole lot of ore. And I'm going to have her work this. Yeah, that gets me an amount of stress, but it's probably fine. Oh, maybe the power boost didn't give me as much as I thought it was going to. Oh well. One way or another, this gives me more knowledge, which we need. Because I want to get some degree of self-sufficiency, food-wise. We also need to get the ability to dump stress. Because we currently don't have an easy way of doing so. Okay, so this is no longer dented. Perfect. So. Now I have enough knowledge, so I could build the botany station, the gathering camp, or the infirmary. Which is actually really tempting. Because we don't need the food yet. Oh, the infirmary is more expensive. And the recreation area, oh, we just don't have enough, we just don't have enough carbon. So, I should, well, no, we already have the polymer station. So it could be a supply of fresh fruits, but it would cost me carbon. I don't know, do we want the rec area? Kind of. Who's best at this? I'm just gonna have her do this. It's afternoon. Who's best at the generator? Oh, she is. actually, by far. I'm gonna need the carbon. Yeah. We can take a bit of fatigue. Oh, so we're just getting murky water. Okay, so now we can get polymers. And then that'll get us the carbon. Because I think we want to get the... We want to get the park. Next. Select blueprint. Recreation area. Okay. Let's go back here. I'm just going to cycle some of that out. And then I'm pretty much going to take everybody to rest. She might not need to. She does and she doesn't. Who's good at this? Definitely not her. No, I'll just have her rest. Because I don't have enough power. I just want to keep that stress low. Captain, we've sealed the breaches in the hull, but the ship's interior is subject to external temperature fluctuations. Additionally, the regulator is damaged, meaning we might die of colder heat. Good news is I may be able to fix this within 48 hours. Thanks, Liu. We have no idea what this planet's weather has in store for us, so I'm expecting the worst, to be honest. Okay, hunger goes up. Fatigue go down a little bit. Oh, are we just not getting the evening rest cycle? Maybe we're not. Okay. That didn't backfire on us, but we definitely do want to look into... It's getting us organic waste, so there might be benefits there. Okay, he's stressing out a little. Okay, nobody's dehydrated. Thermostat. Oh. Due to change in the weather, the shelter temperature has evolved. Okay. So the colder it is... Got it. The less rest they're gonna get. Yeah, unfortunately I'm making them pretty tired. Well, we could spend a day not resting. At the heart of the Ixion, or what's left of it, a cluster of hibernation pods hums in the cold air. Millie and William approach them, hands gliding over the glass and metal, breached or dented in places. I'm surprised the security system's held up. When can we start waking the rest of my crew? William runs a hand over his tired face. He hasn't slept much the past few days. I need to evaluate the damage of the pods and their occupants. There's no way I'm mass waking people and watching them die in an instant. Best option at this point is Dr. Shevchenko. Her pod is ready and she suffered no wounds. Alright then. Paulina's an excellent astrophysicist. She'll be able to locate us on a stellar map and help Leo get us out of this dump. William leans over a pod and activates the awakening sequence. After a series of beeps, Amelia silently observes the resuscitation procedure begin. While waiting, she spots the pod of Omar al-Sadafi, her second in command. Share your doubts. Protocol states that Omar should be awakened first to oversee the entire operation. His pod is the most damaged of all. What are his chances of survival? Right now, none, but in a few days with the help of the whole crew, he'll have good odds. Alright, carry on, Will. Huh. Captain Rosenhart? Dr. Shevchenko, how are you feeling, Polina? Are you alright? I'm fine, I think. Still getting my bearings at the moment, and gravity feels, or seems a little off. Take it we're not on Ceres, or Earth for that matter. What's going on, Captain? Well, I have some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we somehow drifted off course and crashed into this unknown planet. Good news, you'll have a fantastic time calculating where we are and how we managed to bend the laws of physics to get here in the first place. Oh, I see. Grab a mug of filtered water, take a moment to enjoy the view, and then get to work. Won't be necessary, I'll start working right away. It's great to have you with us, Polina. Warms the heart. Welcome. Gentlemen, I'll go and check the navigation logs. Have a nice day. Not much of a chatter. There's something amiss. Seek understanding. Well, do you have a minute? Yes, Captain. Is it just me, or does she seem a little unfazed by all this? She's a scientist. I expected her to be a little bit more surprised. Now that you mention it, Polina was always tough to read. She's never been one to express her feelings. I'll keep an eye open. My instincts rarely fail me. Okay, so now I've got 4 party members, which is good because some people are going to have to rest. So it's going to be Sunny, and then Crystal Yield. Okay, so next order of business, we definitely need to figure out getting the infirmary going. I'm going to need more polymers and more knowledge. So, people that are good at scanning. Really? Okay, radar. He's good at radar? I suppose so. Oh no, scavenging determines. Scavenging determines how effective you are. Computers, how stressful it is. Oh, and she's got a bonus, so she'll give us more knowledge. Let's take a look. When it uses a physical or survival skill, she generates 10 knowledge. If she doesn't use a mental or scientific skill, she receives a random afflictions, so that's going to take some managing. Take a look at that. So scientific skill might be computer. So hopefully this counts as using computing. Okay. So I might want to actually start putting characters based on whatever their secondary stat is. Whatever gives them the least amount of... Or not. She's... Oh, I see. So Polina would get the most, but be the most tired. Leave him there. Because, yeah, I need that extra knowledge so we can start working on the infirmary, because we're going to need that sooner than later. Do I go on an expedition? Or do I hold off for a day? Might just hold off for a day. Oh, interesting. His agility is surprisingly bad. We just don't need water right now. So you know what? I'm just going to let him rest. Let's see. Oh, he levels up. Alright, then we get enough scanning points. Yeah, because I'll want to explore these areas sooner than later. I just wanted to get the rest of us stable. Okay. And then I think it was polymers that were keeping us away from making the infirmary, which we are definitely going to also need. Okay, so let's level this guy up. So we can choose a trait. So, more computing. More survival skill. Experience. I kind of like just the skill gain more than anything else, because the flat 5s are nice. Okay, so speedy, more initiative, sturdy, damage resistance. When using defense skill on the front row, nope. Focus skill. +1 max damage alteration. Or when killing an enemy. Interesting. I think I'm going to go for... Do I want to go for lethal focus? I think so. It's either that or sturdy. Yeah, I think I'll go for those two. So survival skills are crafting, exploration, stealth, and scavenging. Sure. Yeah, 25% skill gain on that is going to be handy. So let's go back to selecting blueprints, because we might as well add the infirmary to the queue. I'll want these two eventually, but later. Let's just send everyone to the shelter. So, who can work in the workshop? We have enough power for one. So, Polina is going to give a decent amount of progress. Amelia can go out here, because we want to make some progress on other things. Carbon station. Seems like he can do this. Yeah, that'll be fine. Because he needs the rest pretty bad. I really like this mixture of kind of your standard visual novel. Oh, recreation area. So, place to reduce stress, chance to heal an affliction, relies on communication. And we get a little bit of progress on the infirmary. And then we can start figuring out food. Oh. Has a headache. That's fun. But finishing the infirmary is going to be huge. And he levels up. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So, reduced... Okay. Reduced condition wear when working at a camp station. Fatigue increase, so just makes it so all fatigue is reduced. Lucky worker. I think I'm going to go for lucky worker. That just seems handy. So when applying a buff, target +1 block, hidden, +1 stealth at the start of battle. Nope, gambling addiction. Okay. When taking damage, +1 AP next turn. Oh, these are... So when taking damage, all allies plus block, I think is going to be more useful. I do actually like the idea of gambling addiction, as stupid as that sounds, because he does get attacked a fair bit. And so having him potentially just generate stupid amounts of AP this way could be really good. But I think I'm going to go safe option, go for enduring together, at least for the moment. Okay, then it is evening, so we can't do anything anyway. I got plenty of water, plenty of power, everything's looking good. Today's expedition has not been undertaken. Can I go on an expedition? Because I was under the impression that I can't do more things in the evening. Because, yeah, that ends day. Well, do we? Is going to make them really tired, is the one issue. You know, no, I don't think so. I'm going to keep them somewhat rested, if I can. The correlation is amazing. If only I have my equipment, perhaps Leo can help me. Hey, Paulina, any insights? Do you happen to know where we are? At this point, I don't know which system we're in. Leo is currently trying to unlock the ship logs. However, I did manage to analyze our immediate surroundings, particularly the atmosphere of the planet, which I've named XRMLP332 for simplicity. Catchy. The atmosphere contains a high concentration of fungal spores, which accounts for the significant toxicity towards external metabolisms. Our subcutaneous respirators are efficient at eliminating most of these spores, but I still strongly advise against prolonged exposure. Our bodies need a purified atmosphere to eliminate all residual toxins. Ask about the toxins. How do the toxins affect our frail earthling bodies? Most probably hallucinations, followed by vomiting, intense fatigue, and in cases of prolonged exposure, catatonia. So nothing pleasant, eh? Any known treatment? If I worked with William, we could devise one eventually, but that would take months, even if we had top-notch equipment from Earth. Focus on the materials. Right, so the ship's deck is our best refuge. I wager we'll need to scrounge materials for maintenance and repairs. Well, we can analyze the physical properties of any resources you find and make sure they're safe to use. Same goes for any potential food. The thing is, everything here is completely new, which is exhilarating for scientists like me. Well, I'm glad our crash made at least one person happy. It makes two. I know my father would be thrilled to learn the news. Ask about her father. Your father, the famous Dr. Sergei Shevchenko. You don't mention him often. No, I guess not. Well, his work made this mission possible, you know? I prefer to believe I was chosen for my merit and achievements rather than my lineage. But it doesn't matter now. I just hope to see him again someday so I can tell him about this trip. We'll do everything we can to get you home, Paulina. I can promise you that much. And thank her. Thanks for the explanations, Paulina. They were crystal clear. Now rest a little. The mysteries of this XVP whatever planet won't reveal themselves in one day. I know for a fact we get aliens that we can interact with at some point. Okay, energy goes back up. I am now starting to run out of space rations. We do have the meat, but I think I kind of don't want to roll the dice. Pretty soon I'm going to get the ability to clear stuff, though. Okay. And nobody's dehydrated. I'm definitely going to probably want to send characters to the park. How's the thermostat doing? Ideal. Oh, which removes even more, or reduces fatigue even more. So the less comfortable it is, the less fatigue it removes. Okay, day 5. So today's Crystal Gale, so mining station yields extra, but every worker can injure themselves. Tomorrow is a drought. Hunting camp has extra yield. Well, I don't think we have one of those. Laboratory. Research unidentified items and battle upgrades. Let's take a look at some of these. Freezer and freezer during the meals phase, preserving up to 5 food as if they were non-perishable. Use energy to predict the weather further. More max energy, but we need more of a resource we haven't seen before. Incinerators spend carbon to produce energy instantly, or power boost at all the other camps. So, increases capacity, extra clear water when cleaning murky water, and then murky water collected when working the water tanks. So some of those are kind of good. What about the workshop? That just gives me more things, but I'm going to need a lot more resources across the board. Radar, we need more. Yeah, workshop 2.0. What about like the mining station? More ore. Actually, pretty achievable. We just need more polymers. Okay, so rec area. So we have 2 characters that are stressing out maybe a little too much. So I think I'm going to have them chill. So that's going to tank their stress, relax with each other. They have terrible communication skills, but that's fine. Let's see. So gathering camp is the next one. So we're going to need some polymers. Which she should be good at. And yeah, she gets knowledge for everything. So I want to double check her again. So traits. So it has to do... Okay, physical or survival skill generates knowledge. And so she has to do at least one from the purple and orange, or one from the blue and green, and then she benefits from purple and orange. So she has to use these. Well, I think most of the camps and things will trigger off of this. So, just to double check, she has to do green. Green or blue. Well, physics will do it. And that'll get us plenty of polymers, which we need. So the last one is mostly... How much stuff do we have? I actually do need more ore. Okay, so we can see this is getting a boost. So we should probably work the mining station twice today. Maybe. Yeah, we definitely want to keep working that. And then this should give us enough polymer to build another structure or upgrade something. Okay, so let's go back to this. Select blueprint. What about upgrades? Shelter. So more people can be spent. Improved comfort. Fatigue when resting in the shelter during the day and less fatigue at night. There's also the thermostat tweaking. Yeah, so getting these two is going to be huge. I think let's go on our expedition first. So, I think we're going to just take these 3. We'll leave William at home because he's already tired. Okay, so what do we want? Part of the medical module. Metallic protuberances. Metal container. Blooming flowers. Plant-like organisms. And lichen. Let's go for the Ixion container. It might give us some equipment. Let's see what they can get. The impact damaged the opening system, which seems to be in poor condition. Perhaps it's loose enough to be opened with a bit of force. Container eventually opens with a painful creak. Sadly, its contents are far from intact. Search the container so we can get space rations and purified water, or come back later. Oh, so it depends on what we want. So realistically, coming back with the doctor probably would have been the trick. But we're searching the container. Okay, the more or less identifiable objects are soaked in a putrid, foul-smelling mush. Time to hold your nose. Eventually extract containers of food and medication, scuffed but intact, along with sterile compresses and undamaged packaging. We get some food. Okay. It doesn't seem like there's anything else for me to interact with. So I think I'm going to just have William continue to work here. So what can I build? Gathering camp? Yeah. Him out there. Bond increased. Oh. Amelia and Liu hunched over one of the research stations, finished repairing an electrical circuit. Perfect. Thank you for your help, Captain. You're not as useless as you claim to be. So I said I didn't know how to do it, and you guided me through it really well, Liu. I couldn't stop thinking about my father. If only he could have seen me there, leaning over with my hands covered in grease, sparks flying from the soldering. Did your father have a problem with electronics? No, it's more that he was a die-hard traditionalist. He wanted a son more than anything. On that subject, along with many others, I was nothing but a disappointment to him. What about yours? What was he like? Realized very early on that his cognitive abilities were limited, to say the least. I wasn't a very good son. He wasn't a very good father. Welcome to the club of wayward children. Then, I'll print out your membership card. Stay where you are. No, thank you. As a matter of principle, it's not my style to join a community without knowing its rights and responsibilities. It's a matter of principle. Okay. Also gets a bunch of experience, which gets them close to the next level. Okay. I do actually have a decent amount of power. One of which should be spent on water. Let's see. She's leveled up. So cold tolerance. Fatigue decrease. Strength, physics, constitution. I think I'm going to go for the fatigue decrease. The less these characters have to rest, the better. So when using defend, restore health. When dealing a crit, more damage. Attacking an enemy afflicted by a debuff, more damage. Or just crit chance. Okay, this is going to be silly. I think I'm going to go for crit. I think I want to see if I can make it so she's got a near 100% crit chance. It's unlikely, but she does have the ability to boost crit, so I don't know, there's some options there. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Do I want to just have Amelia work on this? Sure. Give me some extra carbon. Because, yeah, we don't need the infirmary that bad, but this will still help. I'm going to make a little bit of progress on other things. Okay, I do appreciate the speed up for that. That's handy. Okay, and then we can end the day. Do I do anything else? No, I don't think so. Sitting in a corner of the ship, Dr. Erickson stares into space with a peaceful smile spread across his face. Feels good to see a bit more optimistic Will. I guess it's the Polina effect. Since she's with us, I feel like we might succeed in waking up everyone and making it through. You had doubts? To be honest, Captain, yes I did. Thought we were doomed, but you proved me wrong. I also know that, should anything happen to you, we're done for. You're referring to my headaches, correct? You agreed to be examined, but refused my prescription. Why? Let's just say I'm not too sure about my role here, and by here I mean on this mission, not here. How so? You're the captain. You've had a stellar career, no pun intended, and no one could say or think otherwise. I was chosen because I was the only one willing to accept the mission. That doesn't make me the best person to lead it. Well, it's too early to tell. We'll be either too soon or too late. Judging by your humor, I can see why your superiors might have issues with you. They have issues with me because I speak my mind, which is probably the worst thing to do when you're in the military. And yet, I built a career out of it. Captain walks away, cutting the conversation short. Captain, I fixed the survival module's internal thermostat system. You now adapt the temperature to suit the weather, but doing so will require energy. Good job, Liu. Perfect timing, too. According to the forecast, we should be receiving a heat wave soon. Okay, so we're going to want to leave some extra power on the next day, because it's going to be toasty, and we're going to need it. So now that I can get rid of sickness, I don't mind using the raw meat as much. I'll use it on her. Oh, actually, in retrospect, using it on her might be the worst, because negative effects on her last longer. Okay, and I'm going to hold on to the purified water, since we have such a limited quantity of it. Bound to happen. So, you can now use the thermostat to tweak the shelter's temperature. So, we can use we can use 1 power to keep it comfortable. We can use 3 power to boost it, push it all the way comfortable. Which I think is worth it. We'll just have to have somebody on the bike machine on the next day. Okay. So hunting camp has extra yield, water tanks less yield. Okay. Let's take everybody off. So water tanks, I can still convert. Oh, but I have less. Or not enough. That's a little rough. We do have purified water. We got some things. I think we have just enough for today, but I should have thought of that a little bit. Let's see. Partner needed. Oh, somebody else who's also kind of stressed out. Well, William. William can use it. I guess. Can have Amelia go biking. And Leo keeps working on that. Because, yeah, what is Drought doing? Extra fatigue is the tricky part. Still, I think we're going to want that extra power. Maybe. Okay. Put her there. Gives me plenty of research. Leave him there. She doesn't need to be here. And neither of these two are actually tired. Well, I guess big question is, what's the next thing I can build? Botany station? Sure. Because we got to work on that anyway. So... yeah, either of these two. You know what? Actually, he's kind of decent. Oh, that's a lot of fatigue, though. Otherwise, we may also want to think about going on our expedition. Let's bring her along. Well, do we want to go to the flooded sinkhole? I think so. I think we'll want to go to this one with our engineer. Okay, group of creatures. Oh, alright. Well, we can just fight. We have no ambush. Bonus. I'll have to see if I can put her consistently in the back. But it's fine. Captain speech. Then we're just gonna move. And then I'll just focus. So what does she have? Also a gun. Any enemy in the front row. Random enemy in a single row. Chances... Okay. Words of encouragement. So boost minimum. We also have distraction. But can't use it. One ally in the same row, extra damage resistance, critical resistance. Okay. So Paulina is not a combatant. I maybe should not bring her. On these runs. You know, otherwise I can focus. Well, that's tricky. Oh, we have less AP too. Oh, and I can't use that because he's currently in the front. Yeah, do I want to just hit all enemies in front row or gain block? Let's hit them. Well, I do appreciate... Please don't send him to the back. Oh my god. I think we might need to have her boost him. Well, on the plus side, I can do Captain Speech again. Get them all a bonus. Wait, can I keep Captain Speeching? I can. That's good to know. Oh, but I can't do words of encouragement. Got it. Well, I could swap rows and root them. But I think I'm not going to. So she's got 6 AP. I need to kill this jellyfish. Well, her messy shots are working. Ow. This is considerably less clean than the last time. Ow. So what does this one do? We don't have any debuffs. Would heal all allies, though. Which I think we benefit from. Do I defend? Or just stab it? I think I need to start going for the kill. Kind of. Please. Sir. Okay. All allies in the front row. Yeah, so the silly part is I could keep doing Captain's Speech. but I think I need to kill this jellyfish. And then I'll just do that. Let's see. Let's shoot that guy. Your damage is actually quite good. Then to defend, please stop hitting my scientist. She's so flimsy. Oh my god, how many attacks did this guy get? What? Each of those cost 1 AP. Ow. Oh, she is in a bad way. Okay, at least he's now in the front, so hopefully he can actually start tanking. Please. Okay, give block. And then self-disarm. Gonna give him words of encouragement. And then just defend self. Just in case she gets shot again. Hi! Oh, and this sucker gets tons of damage. Well, let's find out if she gets injured. Oy. And turn pass. Oh. Plenty of block. He has a ton of damage resistance. It's not helping. There we go. Might as well do defensive strike. We'll take it out. But this was rough. Big injury. I'll get raw meat, eggs, organic waste, and a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, that kind of worked out. Except for the injury part. Flooded sinkhole. Before you lies a huge hole that makes you feel slightly dizzy. Several meters below, you notice plump creatures swimming in dark water. You have no desire to dive in, and the area is teeming with life. The chasm's borders also seem to grow a rich variety of plants. So we can hunt. We can pick up plants. Or come back later. So, who has the highest perception out of all of them? So, she can get more plants and carbon. So, do I want the plants? Or do I want... Well, we have the infirmary, so we can probably heal her. Need a lab for that one. I don't know. Do we want to go for the plants? No, because plants we can actually get elsewhere. I'm just curious about whatever this is. I don't know. Let's pick up plants. See what we get. We need food, but we don't need food that bad. Chasm's perimeter is surprisingly fertile, and you notice several species that could be beneficial. Feel long, articulating, nearly invisible strands brush your skin, but they don't stop you from collecting wood and medicinal plants. Yeah, whatever those are. Which means we do need to get the laboratory going. We also need to put her in the med bay because she's taking a beating. And expedition. Okay, medbay. Focus on injury. Oh, she is the patient. Doctor needed. William there. Bond increased. Are you okay, Captain? You look pale. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a silly cold. It'll pass. I can't stop. I've got too much to do right now. It's not sensible. Maybe I should examine you and... Oh. Amelia collapses in front of William, who catches her just in time. When Amelia opens her eyes again, she's laying on the camp cot, covered with a survival blanket. What the heck happened? How long was I out? About 5 minutes. Your body gave up, but you'll be fine. As long as you stay warm. Warm? What are you talking about? I still have half my chores to do. I have to bring in the wood. Crew took care of it. The generator, we need to... it's taken care of. Everything's under control. You have the right to close your eyes and sleep. Thank you, William. You're a sweetheart. Amelia snuggles into her blanket and begins to doze off again, a smile on her lips. I need a good guy like you. Good-looking, strong, kind, snores. It's the fever talking. Why not? Okay. So he also levels up. So affliction resistance. Any affliction applied lasts for less days. Ooh. The resistance to fatigue is tempting, though. I think I'm going to go for the fatigue increase reduction. If I could get that down to like half or none, that'd be huge. Stubborn, more effect chance, motivated, start a battle, extra AP. When applying a buff, target +1 block. I think I'm going to go for protector. Okay, and she's got one. So reduce penalty during expeditions. Sickness resistance, disease resistance. Honestly, for her, I think we need disease resistance. So when dealing damage to an enemy, target +1 poison. When critting, +2 counter. Crit resistance. Sharp reflexes. When changing row, counter speedy. I think I'm actually going to go for use of chemicals. Sharp reflexes would be nice. But use of chemicals, especially if we can stack it, she has a lot of hit group moves. And so that's just a flat +1 that could scale higher. Okay, focus on injury or sickness. You know what? They don't need to do that. Not yet, anyway. Okay, have him keep chipping away at that. How are we feeling? How about some of these? No, I guess we can just do this. It's going to tire my characters out a little bit, but that's not so bad. So gathering camp, can collect fresh fruits. And also botany station. Collect plants, can be transformed into various powders. Alright, we scan some more. And yeah, we'll need to have these characters rest at some point. But yeah, now we have a reliable source of food and the botany station. So the thing we're going to need next... Yeah, we have a power outage, so we can't do anything with it. We're going to need the laboratory, which means I'm going to need damaged lab equipment. So that's a quest material. Otherwise, we're going to need to look into upgrades. Some of which are better than others, some of which require resources I haven't seen. So we're going to need to generate a bunch of polymers, but getting up to workshop level 2 is probably the play. Alternatively, we should probably, yeah, upgrade maybe the gathering stations. And end day. Well, I think this video has gone on maybe a little too long, but hopefully that's a good sign because I really like this game. Captain, with Leo's help, I finally gained access to the ship's logs. Good work, you two. What'd you learn? They confirmed that our route and trajectory were primarily accurate. We passed through the asteroid belt en route to Ceres, as originally intended. Is it Ceres or Ceres? I don't know. After that, the data goes haywire, leading to some impossible results. I had the main computer run thousands of simulations with the data, and Paulina and I reached the same conclusion. We inadvertently drifted through a wormhole that flung us across space at almost 40 million miles per hour. Ask about the wormhole. I thought wormholes were merely theoretical. They were, and now, despite numerous experimental attempts in the past, this is the first genuine occurrence in the history of humankind. It's strange that we didn't detect anomalies along the Ixion's planned trajectory beforehand. Something this big is impossible in this. Not necessarily. We still know next to nothing about wormholes. They have no mass, they could be invisible, and undetectable. Dr. Shevchenko takes a small recorder out of her pocket. Journal entry number 4. Begin research on the Einstein-Rosen bridge immediately. Recent data challenges all existing black hole and white hole theories. Okay. Paulina, stay with us, will you? Ask about the location. Where the wormholes send us. The astrophysicist's face lights up conspicuously. We're thrown into the orbit of a binary star system, Alpha Scorpii A, better known as Antares, which is roughly 500 light years away from Earth. If we make it through this, it'll be the greatest discovery in modern human history. Yeah, if. To be blunt, this news crushes any hope of completing our original mission and returning home. Not entirely. Picture the wormhole like a tunnel. If we can cross it one way, we can cross it back. Well, that's something at least, but without a ship, we can't use the proverbial tunnel. Then let's fix the Ixion. Naturally, that would require a vast amount of materials, but if you bring me enough, there's a slim possibility we may fly again. What about fuel? Given the richness of the biome, the planet will likely provide us with usable materials and fuel. Amelia's stare slowly shifts from one expert to the other. Leo nods and Paulina draws a slight smile. There's too many ifs for my liking. If wishes were ships, beggars would be pilots. Very well, let's settle for hope. Yeah, this is really good. Like, obviously still dire circumstance, but none of the characters... I like all of the characters, they're charming. Exploring the camp surroundings will allow us to take as many samples as possible. If anything's out there can help us return home, we'll find it. Yeah, the music, the visuals, like this is a really beautifully illustrated game. Okay, so we do have eggs. I don't know. Let's save our perishables for the moment. Okay, light dehydration. So that's tricky. Well, is it? Yes. And it is still drought. Which makes this really tricky. Okay. Let's do that. We're definitely gonna have to boost some of our basics. Okay. Oh, it is very hot. Do I do it? Yeah. Because afflictions and diseases are going to slow me down in a way that I don't want to deal with. We just don't rest well enough for me to be comfortable. Okay, so today is sunny. And then tomorrow is going to be either rain or fog. I like so many of the systems here. The weather, the survival mechanics, the characters having multiple like leveling systems and traits and whatnot. It seems like we can stack quite a lot of them too. Let's see, is there anything else to really look at? Not too much. Yeah, chance of getting lucky when working together. Let's see, lucky when working together. Okay, so it doesn't seem like any of the relationships provide unique perks so much as just conversations and bonuses. Anywho, I guess with all of this said, might as well mention that Dead in Antares is, yeah, let's go out to the main menu. Dead in Antares is out now today on Steam, full release, doesn't, no early access, it is just pick it up and play through the whole thing, which I'm excited for. Like I said, I liked Dead in Vinland, I thought it was a very charming game, but I think it was a little too depressing for me. This is hopeful and fun and interesting, and the fact that there is a cool-looking alien woman on the cover usually implies that we're going to be talking to, interacting with cool-looking alien people, not just this one, hopefully. And also the planet itself is extremely cool. I don't know, speculative science fiction, visual novel, RPG kind of things is very much my jam nowadays, and I think I'm going to play through this one. I don't know if it's going to be a series over on Wanderbots, or if it's just going to be something I throw on my Steam Deck and play on my own. I will have to figure that out later, and see how you guys want it. For now, yeah, like I said, Dead in Antares is out now on Steam, so if you want to pick it up and play yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. And, I guess as part of that, I should say a very quick thank you to Ishtar Games and Nacon for reaching out and sponsoring this video. It was very kind of you. It was a ton of fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. I don't have a whole lot of games like this in my library, and I am stoked to play more like it. But I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.